Good morning. Hi, happy Sunday, everybody. How are you wherever you are? I hope that you are having a great morning so far. I am running around like a mad woman today. I am heading out to Calgary to see Emma here real quick after class. So I was up early. It was stormy last night. We lost power again last night. And I do not live out in the boonies, ladies. Like I keep saying, I do not live way out in the boonies. So I'm not exactly sure why we keep losing power. But we do. Anyway, so I got up first thing this morning and I've been running around trying to get everything ready ever since. But we're here. We're online. So good morning from Honeymoon Bay. Hey Carolyn, hey Mark, how are you? So yeah, no, here we are. It's beautiful out now. Well, I'm not going to say beautiful. It's beautiful compared to what it was. But it's not pouring rain and we do have power. So that is a good thing. So I hope wherever you are, you're having a good morning so far and that you're ready to get going. Morning. Hey Tam. How are you? Hi, everyone. For those of you that this is your first time joining me live, welcome. Thank you so much for taking time out of your morning. Good morning, Allison. You must have known I was thinking about you all morning today. So it's nice to see you. I hope you're well. Hey, Janine. Good morning. Oh, hey, Laura. How are you? Any of my island girls, did any of you guys lose power again last night? It's been so stormy. I can't believe. Oh, good morning, Tanya. Hey, Denise. Hey, everyone. Yeah, so I've got lots to tell you. You know what? We have been working like crazy. Honestly, this last few months, I've been putting in really, really long days, trying to get things the way that I want them and new things ready for you. And Janine and I have been working like crazy on the blog, the YouTube channel, IGTV, and what else? Trina has been getting all of our PDFs for us, all of our JPEGs for us, for all of those things. So we've been getting it done. So there's tons behind the scenes that is starting to be ready to go, but we have started posting some of the things to both of those platforms. Good morning. No, you guys, you didn't lose power this time. Oh, well, good. I'm glad all of you guys didn't lose power. And I was lucky it happened in the night. But it woke me up when it came back on, which is always funny because I have like a little white noise machine in my room and all of the outside lights, the sensor lights. It's funny how when the power goes off and then it comes back on, they all decide to come on again. So it woke me up when it came back on. But anyway, at least we have power. Oh, Peaches, you guys made it through too. Yeah, well, you must lose power quite a bit where you are. Very windy, Gwen. Yeah. Oh, good morning, Mom. Yeah, I don't know. It's been crazy. This isn't normal for us anyway. We do lose power once or twice throughout the winter, but it's not even winter. Like, I'm just really surprised at how many times we've lost power so far, just, from the windstorms and the rain. But anyway, we are here. We're online. I'm excited that at least we have power this morning because I was a little nervous. But anyway, so lots of exciting things. So you would have seen if you follow my social media, which you should. Oh, good morning. Hi. You would have seen that we added some things to the YouTube channel, which is exciting. So you'll find we're slowly adding these videos to the YouTube channel as well, just so that they're there for ladies that are big YouTube fans. It's a great place for us to be able to put these videos. So that's something that's happening. So you're going to see them start coming on a lot sooner, a lot more frequently. So it's a big process to download them and edit them and then reload them and wait for the loading process because each video takes quite a bit of time. So, but it's happening and I'm really excited about it. And I hope that you'll go over and subscribe to the channel so then you'll be notified when new videos come up. So the other thing that I added yesterday was I did 2 kit openings of our 2 new creative kits that I just put online yesterday. So they just went onto the website yesterday. They're already both selling like crazy. They are both limited quantities. I did not bring a ton of either of these in. So when they're gone, they're gone. So one of them is the Simple Vintage Ancestry. I have a really, really incredible rep at Simple Stories, and he was amazing. And after I used that kit with you last week, I phoned him and I said, hey, the ladies loved this. When can you get me some out? And I had it this last week. I had it just in a couple of days. So it's here for you. That's amazing. And that's rare right now. Shipping is just usually not that quick. So that one came in. And then the other one that I brought in as a request, actually, a couple of our ladies here, I don't know if they're on here right now, but a couple of ladies had requested the Winter Cottage collection. And that was not something that we brought in. So that one we did bring in as well. And this kit is unreal, you guys. We even put a stencil in here. I never put stencils in kits, but I did. So anyway, this is a really great kit. This one, there's less availability than the Heritage kit. So you'll find one on called Heritage and one called Winter, and they're on the website right now. But I made you some unpacking kit. I unpacked the kit for you on video, step by step. I showed you every single piece that's in each collection, and they are on YouTube as well. So the YouTube channel name is exactly the same as everything else. So it's Jennifer Edwardson Creative Inc. So you can find me. Just type that in your search bar. Jennifer Edwardson Creative Inc. INC. Not INK, because I have had a few people, and it's not ink. I don't love ink that much. I don't do enough stamping to call myself ink with a K. So Jennifer Edwardson Creative Inc. on YouTube. You can just search it, and then you can subscribe, and then whenever I post anything up there, you'll get an alert, which will be really great. The other thing was we put them on IGTV, so you can also, if you're a big Instagram girl, you can watch them on Instagram as well. And then we've slowly started adding our blogs. So we've got about 50 blog posts to get done. So I threw one up the other day. I've got another one coming out today that was last week. So we're kind of doing the newer weeks and newer classes first. And then we're going to start getting everything back all the way to April when I started all the lives. Good morning. Oh, hi. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Rebecca, Annette, hi. So, yeah, we'll slowly start getting all of those on. And when I say slowly, I mean, we're working like crazy women, like I said, but they'll probably be all caught up within the next week or two. We'll have got them all posted all the way back to April. So here's the cool thing about the blog. I know I'm doing a ton of talking, but I have a lot to tell you. So the blog, what we've done is you'll see the layout from the Sunday. So the layout that I created, the sketch that it was based on, a photo of the scrap sheet, and then right underneath the scrap sheet photo, you'll see in yellow, it's like yellow bold text, that you can click the download. And as soon as you click download, it opens up PDF file and you can just print it right there. So I know lots of you have been printing them right from Facebook or changing them into your own format and printing them. I know also that you've said a lot of you have said that they're not coming out clear, which they wouldn't because that was not a PDF file. But this file is super clear. So it's printed for you like it is for me where we create it here. So you can just go ahead, you'll be able to see that. Click on the download and then it's going to open up. So there is a blog post up right now. It's from 2 weeks ago. I don't remember the numbers. You guys, some of you are like right on top of the numbers of them. I don't remember what number it was. I think it was 25 maybe. So it's up there and that's how they're going to look. That's the format. So you're just going to see the one for the moment, but you're going to start to see them all populate here over the next little while. So if you also want to make sure that you're following the website and that you've signed up to receive the newsletters and the updates for blogs, if you follow the blog, then you'll get updated when the new posts go up, which is also really great. So we're just kind of, I guess, coming into 2020. Like you guys know, technology is not my friend, but I have some amazing women that are working with me that technology is so easy for them. They've been amazing. They're taking all of my ideas and all of the things that I'm sending them, and they're making them into these beautiful things for you. So all of my handwritten, I'm such a paper and pen girl, so they're taking all of that and making it wonderful for you. Adele, you're in the car. Oh, from swim practice. Well, what time is it there? Oh, it's 11 there. Good. Well, yes, you guys can, you can watch it back later this afternoon for sure. Thanks for joining me while you're waiting for your kids to come out of swim practice. And then I also have some other really cool news, which I think I might tell you at the very end. I might just tell you a little bit. I'm not sure if I want to tell you everything right away. Lisa, how do you follow the blog? You know what? I would have to go back in and see exactly where the button is. But if you go on to jenniferedwardson.com, so shopjenniferedwardson.com is the website for shopping. And you can get to that from the website. But my main website is just jenniferedwardson.com. That is where there's a blog. You can get to the blog from my shopping cart. There is a clickable link at the top, and you can click blog right from the shopping cart. So from shopjenniferedwardson.com, if you've got that in your favorites, or you've got that pinned or whichever, you can get to the blog from the shopping cart. But the website, jenniferedwardson.com, that has all of the things on it. Okay, so you can see it from there as well. And like I said, I'm really sorry. I'm not exactly sure where on the website it is, but I know it's on there somewhere. Oh, 1:10. Oh, of course. 10 o'clock. Oh, you're 3 hours ahead, Adele. That's right. Sorry, it's afternoon for you. Hello. Those of you all just joining. Good morning. So anyway, lots of news. So those two kits, I'm not going through them because I've made these videos and they're all over my social media. So if you want to see, you can go on and you can see what's in those new kits. But like I said, they are limited quantities. They are selling already. I'm just going to set them aside here. So if you think you want those, grab them now because I won't be ordering those ones again. So we're going to go to the layout, and then I have a couple more things I want to talk to you about when we're done the layout. Okay. So I have used the quarantined kit for the layout that I did today. So obviously you saw the sketch, and it's a really fun take on some journal cards. So I wanted you to kind of look at journal cards a little bit differently. So when you pull out your printed journal cards, this is a really great way to use them. So we've done a ton of cutting, and I'm going to show you how I mix and match. And yeah, hopefully this is going to make you think about them a little bit differently. Oh, thanks a lot, Lindsay, for tagging that there. That's great. Thank you. Okay, so this layout, again, I was using our new quarantined kit. So I wanted to just kind of give you a few different ideas of how to use these printed sheets. So I'm just going to pull out a couple that aren't cut. 2 seconds. This kit, ladies, I actually thought it was going to sell out last weekend. I was surprised. So I'm glad that there's still a few here because I wanted to use it this week. So for those of you that may not have had the chance to see this, there are, I want to say, 5 or less in the shop of this kit. And this came with a process video, and those of you that already purchased it, there was a ton of you, and that email went out yesterday with the link to the process video. So make sure you check your email, possibly junk email. I shouldn't be junk, so if I'm in your junk, so make sure that I don't go to your junk from now on. But those of you that have already purchased this, you would have gotten the link emailed to you. So I'm using this kit because this is a really good example of all of these pre-printed journal cards. So in the process video, I did 3 12x12 layouts and 3 double-sided page protector, pocket protectors. So pocket pages, sorry, not pocket protectors. So, but I still wanted to do this double page for you. So this double page, this is a single, but the double is my Take 2 Tuesday. Okay, so I'll show you the other side on Tuesday. Actually, it's going to be Wednesday. I'm not here on Tuesday. So on Wednesday, you're going to see my Take 2 on this. But here was the kind of thing that I wanted to do. So I've mixed pieces of pattern paper in with all these journal cards. So these I cut up. I wanted to put my photos in the middle. I made a really great border to separate them, and then I cut all the pieces up. So none of these, the only one that came that I didn't cut up, but I did border punch, was this Living the Quarantined Life. So the rest of these, I split them all and I shifted them. So these 2 pieces, these are actually the same journal card. And the bad news was on underneath the good news. So I took it as a 3x4 and then I cut it in half and split it and put it in a different spot on the on my page. This was just a little piece of this. You can see right here. This is just this little piece right here. In the news, this history in the making right here. And what I did with this history in the making, Tam, the kit, well, I did 3 12 by 12 layouts. I did 3 double-sided pocket protectors. So that's another 6 quote unquote pages. So there's 9 pages in the process video. And then I'm making another double. So a double, 3 singles, and 3 full double-sided pocket 12 by 12 pocket protectors. So an absolute ton. So that's, I mean, really, you probably, even with a few little leftovers, probably could make 10 layouts. You might have to add a couple pieces of cardstock to get 10, but a ton. I got a ton out of this. So this history in the making, like I said, is right here. I cut it up for the left side, but what I also did was I left this pattern right at the top of the tear strip here where the manufacturer name and paper name is. So I left this yellow at the top because I loved that. So I left that up there. Again, like I said, little piece of pattern paper, border punched using the same. I used the same border punch throughout. And it's also going to be used on my second page as well, that I'm going to make with you today. So just really good ways to use these cards. I know a lot of people just, you get these 3x4 sheets of journal cards and they just all stay the same. You just leave them like this and they're great like this, but they don't have to be done like this all the time, right? So just remembering you get these cards with almost every collection. Practically every manufacturer is making these cards with their collections now. And there's just a lot of different ways to use them. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so this is the one that I did for you, the 12 by 12 that I did for you. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start making the second page because it's going to be a 2-page spread in my album. But like I said, I won't be finishing up today. I actually didn't print the photos for this one. I just have all the pieces together. So I'm just going to grab this here. So again, I've got another white cardstock. So 3x3 photos, that's what I used. If you wanted to, you could do 3x4 photos up in here. You also, if you wanted to, so these are 4 3x3s, you could do 2x3s to get more in. Like I said, you could do the 4 3x4s. You could do 3 4x4s if you wanted. But the whole idea is to keep your photos in a straight line at some point on your page, so that it allows you to cut these cards up and put them on the top and the bottom, okay? Okay, so depending on the size of photos that you use is depending on where you're gonna wanna start. So I've pre-cut all of these pieces. Again, these are all the ones that I'm using. Just threw my one piece on the floor. 2 seconds. Okay. So I just have some little markers for my photos because I'm not putting my photos on this one today. I'm going to put them on and I'll share it with you when it's done. And then I've got my 2 strips. Okay. So again, I'm working with 4 photos. Remembering if you want to do 3 4x4s, if you're changing it up like that much, you need to make sure that these papers underneath your photos match whatever size photo you have. So these are all 3x4 printed cards. So you're probably best to stay in that 3-inch width for your photos. You could do it with the 4x4s or like I said, a larger photo, but then you would want to probably do patterned paper and cut them so that they all line up underneath. Okay. All good. You guys are all still there, right? I'm definitely having some glitches in my screen, so you make sure you let me know if you're not seeing this anymore. Okay, so we're gonna just, remember we've always got a starting spot, so we're gonna go ahead and just get started. For me, now that I have my 1 page done already, I'm gonna make sure that I line up with my first page. Okay. So I'm going to keep this guy right here. I'm going to pull this one out. Okay, good. You guys are there. Okay. So for me, I want to line up and see where I was to start when you're doing a double. Of course, when you're just doing a single and you're just starting, you just need to get started, right? So I laid all my pieces out to see where I wanted them, and then I started from there. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my first piece of journal card, because what I did here is I've overlapped and raised up this pattern paper strip. Okay, and we're just going to kind of tuck everything underneath, and then these photos are going to come in here as well and tuck in underneath. So I'm going to start with this first journal card. Mine, again, this is really one of those layouts where I can give you all the measurements, but it's really going to depend on what you're using for journal cards and how you've cut them, right? Because this one here, of course, yes, it's by 3, but because I cut it, it's by about 3 1/4. So my size up from the bottom is going to be different than yours. Okay, so what I want you to do is worry about the top, where you start the top. So my top is 6 inches up. If you're working with a 3x3 photo, your first card, the top is going to go 6 inches up. Okay, so that's going to be the first one that you're going to put down. I'm going to go ahead and move that over just a touch. I'm just going to go ahead and stick this one down. I have pre-sanded. I hate sanding with you guys here. I know that it like shakes the camera and it makes a horrible sound. So I'm not going to do that. So anyway, I'm going to go 6 inches up here. And then I'm going to go ahead and just there, that's given me my spot. So I can just go straight across. Okay, now I did raise this one up, the Living the Quarantined Life. So I think I'm going to go ahead and raise up Stay Home, just so that I have something else raised on the other side. So I'm going to put these guys down flat first. And then, like I said, I mean, I've just got the little markers here for the photos. But you can, if you've got your photos with you, of course, go ahead and stick those on. I'm going to want to keep checking to make sure that I'm staying straight. That may be for you. It may not be for you. If being straight doesn't matter, then you go ahead and just stick them on. But you guys know me, the type A in me, I need to make sure I'm going straight across the page. Okay, so I'm just going to come in here. So again, I've done a mix of pattern papers and the journal cards. Okay, so don't be afraid to mix that up. You're using 3x12 paper strips. Laura, are you going horizontal or are you going vertical? That will make a difference. You're using 3x12 paper strips, are they going horizontal or vertical? Because again, that's going to depend on how wide your photos are and what you're putting on the top, right? So with this spacing, this allows me to go up to just under 3 inch. I've gone like 2 3/4 inches wide on the top pieces. Okay, there, so that guy is raised. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, vertical, 3x12 paper strips, how far from the bottom? Well, if they're 12, then they'd be the width of the paper. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm not understanding what you're doing. If you're using 3 inch wide, so 3 inch wide by 12 inch paper strips, then they wouldn't, if they're not cut, they're just going top to bottom. Is that, I'm sorry if I'm not answering your question correctly because I'm a little unsure. You're just going to want to cut the papers, right? So that's where, like I said, if with the journal cards, they're going to be all different widths or lengths because of the size that you're using, depending on the journal card. So like this journal card, this is 4, but the top of this one is this Quarantined Life. So that was the original card. And then I cut this off, I'm using it over here, and then this is what's left. So the idea is that you want to make sure that you're getting all different. You don't want them to all be the same, running the same on the same line. So make this one a little longer, this one a little shorter, this one a little longer, but longer than this one. And then this one maybe is the longest. And then same with your top, right? None of these are the same length. So that's the kind of the goal. Just start chipping them up and doing different lengths. Okay, so I'm just going to stick these guys down like this, just so that I've got my spacer, and then I can just pop those off when I put my photos on. So if you're ever creating layouts, I know lots of ladies are doing layouts for Christmas, but they're not wanting to put their photos on yet. They're going to make them for this Christmas. So just, you know, it's sometimes good too when you're doing these pages, especially if you're doing them ahead of time, just put little, like this is just computer paper. These, just, you know, your scrap papers. Just put those in as spacers. So now I've got my top piece up here. So then this just allows me to go right on top. And you know what? I'm actually just going to pop this off really quick. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Laura. Sorry if I was confused. I'm going to move this up about 1/4 of an inch because I want to make sure I'm going to border punch this, but I want to make sure that I am giving myself the space that I want to do my border punch. So these two pieces I've started with 1 inch, ladies. So they're 1 inch by 12. Again, this is another spot where it's going to depend on what you're using, right? You guys are all scrapbookers. You can easily make the transition between the different sizes, but you can see you just want to start them at the same. So I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to punch these. So all I'm doing is just putting them in and I'm punching. So you can see on this one here, I punched the bottom and then I punched the top. So my border punch is on the bottom and then on the top. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. And it's just going to depend on the type of border punch you use, right? How much width you're going to have left. So this one's a really small one, so I'm only left with about 3/4 of an inch width, which for me is perfect. I'm going to raise it up with some 3D foam because I want to be able to tuck those little pieces in under the top. So now, again, if you're not a sander, it doesn't matter, but I'm just going to go in and I just want to take a little bit of the color off because I've sanded everything else. So I'm just taking a little bit of the color off the top there, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some 3D foam. I'm going to finish cutting this other one first. I always start in the middle with these border punches too, ladies. Like I always start right in the middle and then I go side to side. And I find I get a better ending on each side. So when you're using your border punches, starting in the middle is just a really good little trick. And then you just get a nicer edge. Your ends are a little bit more even. How are you doing all there? Everybody's doing okay? You're getting your pages down, or sorry, your pieces down. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add some 3D foam. I probably could have gone and pulled out a new 3D foam page because here, these ones are so little, I'm going to have to put a ton on there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. You don't have to raise this up if you don't want to, but then you're going to want to make sure you have your placing of everything exactly where you want it beforehand. But raising it up is great because it allows you to kind of move things around a little bit, because I think I'm going to move those photos up just a touch. But I'm going to measure them against my first page so that I get everything lined up, being that it is a double. And then this kit too, you got all the pattern papers, you got a bunch of cardstock, 12 by 12 sticker sheet, and then you also got half of a sheet of enamel dots, and then you got a really great die cut. I don't know if I have it sitting here. I do. This stay at home die cut is amazing. This one right here. And we back this with all the different pattern papers. So that is also included in the kit. And I show you some of my tips and tricks in that process video that you get with the kit as well. So that is in there. And like I said, I think there's 5. I think when I was doing some stock yesterday, that was how many was there. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to pull this one back in again. I'm just going to make sure that I'm getting it the way I want it. So you know what? I am going to go ahead and add I'm going to pop these up, right? So here. So again, that's a big thing about laying everything down first without adhering it. So I always talk about that when you're doing pages like this. Just make sure that you get everything where you want it, right? What do they say, like in construction, measure twice, cut once, or something like that? I think it's pretty similar to this. So get it where you want it and then stick it all down. This one, I'm just going to move up. Because I raised that one up with 3D foam. There. Okay, and then this one's ready now. I can go ahead and stick this one down. So that was the whole idea about raising. Okay, this is not shocking that I keep hitting and moving these pages. I have dropped practically everything that I have picked up today. I was up cooking for the dogs this morning. I was dropping things right, left, and center. So the fact that every time I go to touch this, I move the page, it's not surprising. I actually said out loud this morning, I'm like, oh, and this is the kind of day it's going to be. Okay, so now I'm ready to go ahead and stick all these guys underneath. Okay, so this one here, I'm just going to put it just underneath, but I wanted to make sure that I'm lined up under here, right? So I'm right in line. I know that this photo is in line with this piece of journal card, so then this piece I know is in line. I know that I've got it nice and straight. This one, I wanted to show you this one really quick. In talking about cutting cards up, this little 3-inch wide piece is actually from this 4x6 journal card. Antoinette, remind me of the size of the strip before punching. I did mine started out as a 1x12. 1x12. But your width will depend on what size punch you're using, right? So again, this was the 4x6 journal card, but I really wanted this rainbow in here. I just think it's so pretty. And again, same thing. I kept the piece of the border strip at the top. I kept that on top, just like I did with this one with the yellow. Okay. So again, just think about them in different ways. Just think about your journal cards just a little bit outside the box. So this one, again, this one's a little bit tall. So I'm going to end up trimming off the top of this one. So I'm going to go ahead and just put my adhesive on there because I can trim that off once I have everything on. I might even actually be able to tuck that under the 3D foam. Maybe that'll work. Oh, look. Yeah, there you go. See? You can just pick up that 3D foam. And then this piece, this canceled, I love this. So I'm barely going to go underneath because I do want to make sure that I can fill in my day, month, year. And then I've got the in the news, which is the top piece from this one. So I just cut off a couple. I'll put a little bit of a headline up here. Very similar to what I did here. I started my journaling right here and then I finished it down below. So I'll go ahead and just add these two on. And then the rest is just ready to add, like I said, add the photos and then add the embellishment. I did a little bit of adding stickers on top of my photos on the other page, which I'll pull out and show again in 2 seconds. There. See, so just like that. So there's the 2 pages together, how they'll come together in my album. I actually don't think I pulled my camera up high enough for you guys. I don't think you can see them both together, but So see, don't be afraid to put your stickers on your photos too. So I raised this little heart up. I stuck this one flat, work from home, current reality. And all the little stickers, they just work so well. There's such great stickers on that sheet. You get so many. So there's definitely lots of choice to be able to put them on. I thought it was appropriate. It's funny, we don't call it the COVID, but I thought it was just so funny because it was getting called the COVID. So I put that on there with the letters because you get your alphas in there. You get a full pack of thickers. And then I raised on this, the house piece of pattern paper, I raised this house up, this house sticker, put the stickers of course in here. And then I've got some little enamel dots. So yeah, anyway, just a different way, good way to use those cards in a bit of a different way. Any cards, any pattern paper, and just split them up. But this will be a great addition into our album of COVID, of all of the things, because we all definitely took a lot of photos for sure. And I definitely want to make sure I get those into my albums. Okay, so that's that, ladies. I cannot see what you're seeing, so I hope that I hope you're still seeing, now you should be seeing me. I don't know if you are, but you should be. Is what you should be seeing. Anyway, so Lisa, you've been struggling. Oh, you know what? I'm not. I totally understand that because I have just started actually creating my pages for during this time. I didn't do any pandemic pages. Nothing. I took all the photos and I kept everything, but I wasn't ready to scrapbook it, to be honest with you. It's funny, when people talk about, obviously, how passionate I am about journaling. It's so important, even if you're just getting dates and places and names and ages. But it's important to get the stories in, right? Like that's the part, because we all have all these photos from years ago. And we don't know the stories behind them. Unless somebody from the family is living still, we don't know. So you have to get the stories in. But it's interesting when people talk about they had a hard time documenting a death or a really traumatic experience. It took time, it took years, because it is a traumatic experience. And I think that's the thing with what we've all been going through. It is a traumatic experience. This has not been normal. This has been excruciatingly difficult on everybody at times. We're all trying to make the best of it, obviously, right? Everyone's trying to find the silver lining and find the good and be thankful for the things that, we do have. And, those of us that are still healthy and all of the things, those of us that still have jobs that, there's just so much that comes with it. There's so many layers. And so saying that you're having a hard time with the journaling, that's not surprising to me because I was feeling the exact same way. So I hear you. I hear you completely. Jennifer, pick of you pulling out your hair. Well, you know what? Here's the other thing that I will say to that. That is super important. That is your COVID story. I feel like not every layout has to have photos. And I think that's also a misconception about scrapbooking. It's so obviously so tied to photos, but I absolutely have pages in my albums that don't have photos on them. They've got stories on them. And I think that that's really important. You can still scrapbook an amazing page with all of your supplies and you can do it up the way you always would, but that it's all journaling, that it's all the story. I think that's really important to get that in there. That was clearly, it was hard for you. You didn't feel like you had things that were memorable enough for photos, or for whatever reason you didn't take the photos. I think that's really an important story to get in there as well, honestly. No, yeah, well, Lindsay, gosh, I know you've been scrapbooking it from the beginning, and that's the thing. It's all how we coped with it. For me, being here with you and helping you and talking about just regular things, right? Like we still went through all the seasons. We went through a lot of normal things in our life. And for me, that was my coping mechanism, was to be able to just come on here with you every week and scrapbook and try to scrapbook normal things, right? I think that was the way that I handled it. But But yeah, I think that we're all going to be kind of coping with it in different ways for a long time. For a long time. It is traumatic and it does suck. It's true, Michelle. No, we need to acknowledge it for sure. This is all, our feelings are all real. And that's kind of the thing with us as the memory keeper in our family. These are the stories too, right? Like these are all stories as well. So I think just making sure that these stories get into our albums is just really important. So if we can do it with a really fun pack of paper that's bright and happy and make some of it maybe seem not as horrific as it has been, then that's cool, right? So like I said, thank you so much for joining me for all these weeks, all these months. I'm not going anywhere. We're going to keep doing it. So maybe it's going to be a forever thing. I don't know. I like it. It's fun. I think, when I look at all of the projects and all of the layouts and all of the stories that I've gotten told during this time, I'm not going to stop. We're just doing more and more and more. So, yeah, it's not going anywhere for sure. So, a couple of other things that I want to talk to you about before I let you go today. Oh, hey, Chris. Yeah, for sure. Do the playback later. Absolutely. So one thing I do want to get done before I forget, I made a little note. Last week's layout draw winner was Jennifer Reynard. So congratulations. You need to email me, and then I will send you a code for $10 off your next purchase on my website. So that is very exciting. Congratulations to Jennifer. If you want to get into our weekly draw, you just have to create a layout based on this week's sketch and post it by Saturday, either in the Facebook group, which is Jennifer Edwardson Making More Memories, or you can post it on one of the Facebook posts that's related to this week. So that could be the sketch. That could be when I post this today's layout on Take Two Tuesday. So any post that's related to this week, you can post it on there. You can post it on your own social media, but make sure you tag the business. So Jennifer Edwardson Creative Inc. Make sure you're tagging the business, not me personally. That's sweet. Some of you are friends with me on Facebook, but let's keep it on the Facebook business page. So Jennifer Edwardson Creative Inc. on Facebook, or also on Instagram. You can also post it on your social media on Instagram as well if you like. And then you will be entered to win into the random drawing to win. So most weeks it's a $10 gift card or coupon code for my website. But sometimes I've got some really great product. So sometimes I'll throw in a product package. So that's just a really fun thing to do every week if you'd like. You're creating anyway, so just post it and then you get entered into the draw. So that was something else I wanted to tell you. Oh, the 2+2+2 workshop, that's coming up next Sunday on the 22nd. So remember, if you are not registered, you still have time. You absolutely can register for that. There is definitely room for you. And you do have lots of time to prep your kits. You'll get an email with some kit instructions. So you do have time to enter that. That is 2 singles, 2 doubles, and 2 cards. And that is the 22nd. So that's next Sunday, which means I won't be here with you next Sunday. Okay, so for those of you that aren't taking the class, you should. So go register for it. Because I think it's only $30. If I remember, I think it's just $30. 2 singles, 2 doubles, and 2 card instructions. So, totally worth it. So you can still register for that. But remembering, if you aren't in that class, I won't be here next Sunday. I will be with those ladies. We're going to be scrapbooking the morning away. I'll definitely be here on Wednesday. So I've got another really cute project actually for Christmas. So I'll be here on Wednesday at 7 p.m. PST for that. And then just make sure that you're following all the different social media channels and go and subscribe to the YouTube channel and the blog, and so that you can stay up on all of the fun things that we're adding. And then I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint, one new really, really, really fun thing that I've been working on for a really long time is finally starting to come together. But for those of you that have cutting machines, you're going to be getting some things from us soon. So that is in the works, and you're probably going to see that come out probably within the next week or two. You're going to see a really fun announcement. So I've been working with an incredible woman who I've known for years, really lovely lady in our industry who has an exceptional career in this industry, published more times than you can count, written for the major magazines, covers, layouts on covers, all of those things. She's worked for one of the top manufacturers in our industry, and she is doing some really great things for us. So that's what I'm going to leave you with. So that's really exciting. So you can kind of watch for my sneak peeks of that, and then that should hopefully be available to you soon. Okay? So I think that's it. I think that's what I have for you. So all those new kits, there's a few left of the quarantine, the 2 new that I posted yesterday, those videos that you can go check out and see exactly what's in those kits. Those are there. The 2+2+2 workshop. And yeah. Again, just like, share, comment, tell all your friends, let everybody know what we're doing, bring them all over. All those things help the business. If you love what I'm doing, a recommendation on Facebook is amazing. If you feel so inclined, I would love that. That would be really great. But yeah, let's just keep building our group. It's super fun. I love hanging out with you guys. So again, Take 2 Tuesday won't be up until Wednesday. I am coming back from Calgary on Tuesday. So I am going to go and finish packing, and I will see you guys on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Okay? Thanks for spending your morning with me, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.